first thing is it should be natural mineral abrasive where it can be recycled. It avoids all the health related issues, the safety related issues, and hazardous related issues. And having the possibility of recycling it, unlike in many cases of the copper slag and coal slag where they are using in the marine industry, they use it one time and just throw it. When they throw it, it can go for the proper landfilling. It can go even in the marine. So when it goes to the marine, it poses a significant risk to the marine environment. So this is what one has to be very mindful. And these are the areas when we talk about the dry docks and marines and all sort of things, the volumes are significant compared to, let's say, the oil and gas or any other energy fabrication kind of work. So yes, it is again focusing on the circular economy. And this is what I think that the project owners should be keeping in their mind.
The project time is important for the docks. The ships are coming in, they have a small window for blasting and painting. And if you reduce your project time with less waste handling, less filling the blast pods, less problems with the surface qualities, then it saves you also project time, and the dock time can be reduced significantly.
Letting our customers and contractors and owners understand the why. I mean, you say it uses less, you say it has less does, but why? And that's one of the critical things that we have to do, because if you explain the why and then you show them how it did it, they've learned something and they're going to go tell somebody else. If not, they're going to say, well, he manipulated something and he turned out. No, I explained to you why. And that's critical, and that's across the board. That's production, that's consumption, that's environmental. Every one of the keys that we're talking about, those basic things are what separates us from the other ones.
The experience is everything. We did in Europe trials where we blasted half of the ship with slags and half of the ship with GMA. The difference was massive. You should have seen the faces of the blasters when they finished the job a few days earlier than the blasters who worked with the slags.
It's again unfortunate that industry is till today, like they believe in many cases that bigger is better when they are trying to select the abrasive. It's never the case. Bigger is better. It's a disaster actually if it doesn't meet the actual requirement. If the profile requirement is barely 50 to 60 microns, for example, using the particle size like 2040, it doesn't just increase the surface profile on the blaster surface. Maybe it can go close to 90 to 100 microns, which is as good as double than what is required on the project. The key disadvantage here are one is significant consumption increase because it's a bigger size they are using instead of the smaller or finer size. The second is even this extra profile what they have achieved on the surface has to be end of the day filled by the extra paint, so it's a paint consumption, and we can always tie it back to their paint consumption numbers, and they will simply understand once they will see the paint numbers. So paint numbers can also tell the story. When we spend some time with the contractors, the first thing what we would like to understand is who trained the blaster. If the answer is the previous blaster, it means we need to put some more efforts out.
When you have a tank or you have an oil separator, you figure you have the oil, and usually they'll have a water in it, and right where that is, that's the most caustic, and you see repetitive, you see tank failures and bits where that exchange is. And so I think we're starting to see more and more of them looking to see what can we do, and some of the different crudes, you never know, some of them come in and it's worse than any crazy level acid, or something on the system. So I think we're starting to see they thought that they could overcome it with just coatings, and the coatings are getting better, but they're figuring out we can make the best coating in the world, but it's got to stick to the surface. And there's a lot more, we're seeing a lot more, especially in the tanks, a lot of your small separator tanks that you see out in the field, that you put something out in the field and all of a sudden it starts leaking because you've had a problem. You have a major issue. Your pipelines, some are exposed, but those pipes you put together, you may bury it underground. They're not wanting to look at that pipe again for 30 years. So it's critical that they get the maximum adhesion and or coating life out of it. And it doesn't take but a couple pipes, a pipe break here, a pipe break there, to think, I wonder how we coated it.
What we've seen in Europe is that the focus is more on safety and sustainability. It's in a dangerous environment, working in offshore or in onshore facilities, and each single factor where you are able to reduce the environmental impact and to increase the safety should be used. And our abrasives are giving the contractors and the facility owners fantastic opportunities to increase the safety and reduce the environmental impact.
So this is a real value proposition for us. We're fortunate enough to have the processing plants in and around North America, and it is really received well because the expense is very high to get rid of the material, and we're real cautious to say that we're reprocessing and not recycling or disposing. We're reprocessing, and that's important because that removes some litigation risk and some other things that they might incur if they were letting somebody recycle or dispose of. So it's really good from that aspect, but also on the pricing of it, it's all we have to deal with is the freight to get it from job sites back to our processing. So they find that very beneficial, and we realize that's not a profit generating aspect of the job, so we try to make it easy for them. We have hoppers designed where they can put it right back in the material. We help arrange for the freight to get it back, and we're finding it being received very well right now.
In Middle East, we are doing this. We are running this program for close to 20 years now. One in Dubai, UAE. One is in Jubail, Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, in specific, we are providing the solution as such, providing the empty bins next to the project site. So all our customers, let's say buying hundreds of tons of garnet from us to run the projects. Once the garnet has been used, they literally don't need to repack it in the bags. The garnet has been used, that garnet will go into the bin which is sitting next to the project site, and those bins, once they are ready, they'll just ring back to us, sending a couple of text messages, and this bin collected by our operation, and that bin is actually replaced by another empty bin. So the project is running around the clock 24/7, and the used garnet disposal is technically no headache for them at all, you know. So this is how we are supporting our Saudi Arabian customers. When it comes to in UAE, we are the only recycler approved by Dubai municipality, which itself is a big deal. Any end users, the contractor, once they are done with using the garnet, waste is ready available for the disposal. Dubai municipality is guiding the contractor to contact GMA to provide that solution. So this is how we are doing this in Middle East for past 20 to 25 years.
And we even make it as easy as we have customers that we'll deliver the material to them. We'll have the shipping company deliver the material to it, and they'll deliver full truckload. They'll unload it. They'll have their spent material lined up in the yard. They load it back on the same truck. It's as easy as that. We have customers with small shops that send their delivery trucks over to pick up a couple pallets at a time. They'll throw a couple pallets of spent on it, and they'll just drop them off and do it. So I mean, there's lots of ways to make it easy. But it's one of those things that we can go in and pick 4 or 5 different ways that it'll save you money, and some people sit down and look at all of it and say, "Oh, this is crazy how much it is." But there's so many benefits to doing that.
No, I appreciate everyone's insights into abrasive blasting industry. It's been fantastic to listen to everyone, and such great knowledge and information that you do have, and thank you everyone.